Why in the world would a MLM pro turn into a newbie to 10x his business? That's the $64 question, or the $64 million question. Why would that be the case? Who would do such a thing like that? Well, I got to tell you, I would. I recently read this book called The Game of Networking. And if you're in any sort of sales position, or if you're in the network marketing profession, or you're in MLM, or you like influencing people and having a more fulfilled life, I got to tell you, this book is one of the best books I ever have read. I actually had the pleasure of interviewing Rob Sperry the other day. If you don't know Rob, he was awarded in actually last year, 2017, the top coach in the network marketing profession. Now, I got to tell you, I've read a lot of network marketing books. I've read a lot of personal development books. But what I got out of this book and what I got out of the interview I did with Rob the other day, which is coming up on my Prosperity and Mentors series, is, and if you don't know about that series, you can get on the waiting list for that product when it comes out. I've interviewed 20 top amazing leaders, including the wonderful, talented Candy G. Hey, Candy, how are you? To figure out what goes on in their mindset, how they've created prosperity and abundance in their life, and how you can too, because all too often, we get in our own way. We get in our head. And what I'll tell you, I learned from talking to Rob, reading this book, are the 3 laws of networking. Now, the other day I talked about law number 1. Anybody remember what law number 1 is? It's the law of likability. How well are you liked? When you look at your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile or any profile that you have, are you coming across as warm and friendly? Are you smiling? Are you easily approachable? Or is your header all about your company and what you got going on with your company and your team? Because if that's you, that's annoying and that's not likable. If you want to be likable, be open, be approachable. Don't be a running commercial. And that's what a lot of people are. You know, when you have verbal diarrhea all over Facebook on your profile, it's like, I actually accepted, I don't know why I accepted her as a friend request, but I did. She sent me a friend request, so I accepted her. And I couldn't find one thing that wasn't about her product or her company on her profile. And I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled. That, my friends, is a very low likability score because I really didn't get a chance to know her. She's probably an amazing person, a lot of great energy, but she didn't give me a chance to get to know her because she was pitch. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. So I want to encourage you to join me. I want to encourage you to actually buy this book. I got it on Audible too, and I actually listened to the whole thing on Audible, and then I get to go through and highlight it and everything. So law number 1 was likability factor. So make sure your profile has a picture of you, not your cat, not your dog, not some cute, picture of the world, a picture of you smiling, and then, a picture of you on your header with your family or something about, kind of what you do, not necessarily your business. And then law number 2 is the law of credibility. How much credibility do you have as a leader? Leadership is all about influence. Do you think if you are pitching and promoting your product and opportunity, you're a person of influence that will attract other people? I got to tell you, the answer is no. No, you won't. Why? It's because you're just making it about you. You see, your ego is in the way, and it's probably not your fault, but because your upline in your company said, promote the team, promote the company, promote the product. And you know what? That's just a bunch of noise that nobody really wants to hear about. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Allison, I got to tell you, be warm, be friendly, be a person of influence, add value. You see, when you're just talking about your company and your product and your opportunity, there's really not much value there. Most people talk about how great all that stuff is, and what they leave out is what's in it for the potential prospect, the benefits. So if you want to have credibility of any kind, you have to establish yourself as a leader. You have to establish yourself as a person of influence. Now, I got to tell you, law number 3 is the law of recallability. I didn't make these words up, Rob did. The law of recallability. Now, think about this. When somebody meets you, when somebody goes across your profile, how are you going to be remembered? Are you going to be remembered as the person who is pitch, or take, or are you going to be remembered as a person who gave value, a person who maybe gave a training away that could show people how to close and sponsor more people? And oh, by the way, if you want a training like that, go to terrypetrovic.com/closing and you can get that training. Be a person that gives value. Don't be the person that is always pitching and hyping your stuff. And I know you got great products and I know you're excited. I'm excited about what I have too, but you won't see any of that on my timeline. Why? Because it's all about relationships. That's what Rob really talks about in his book more than anything else, the game of networking. And oh, by the way, he's got a Facebook group. Just go to Game of Networking, join it. There's like 30,000 people or something crazy like that in there. There's a bunch of givers in there. There's a bunch of trainers in there. You know, I've been full-time in the industry now 25 years. I've made my first million back in 2005, I think it was. A long time ago. It's what happens when you're 61. You know, you've been around for a while. You can say things like that. But I got to tell you, if you want to build a massive organization, you have to network on Facebook and social media. It's just smart. It's simple. And, you know, there's lots of people I see getting wonderful engagement with other people, liking and hearting. And I hope you guys give me some love and throw some hearts down and some likes and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for those of you who are here live. And oh, by the way, if you're watching this on a replay, and I guess a lot of you will, because that's what happens most of the time, is most people watch the videos on replay. You know, understand that you have an opportunity to change people's lives. You do. And that's only going to happen when you create value. And if you want to build a massive organization, then you have to help a whole bunch of people accomplish a little bit of things. Just simple. You got to hustle, no question about it. And I want you to check your attitude, check your ego, check your company's ego at the door. Because unless you're in the company, it's pretty annoying when people are like that. So don't be like that, okay? Let's raise the bar. And if you're in sales, I got to tell you, great book. If you want to know how to network and how to build relationships, this is the book for you. Law 1, the law of likability. You know, I'm actually going through a Dale Carnegie course right now based on the book that he wrote back in the 30s called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And he's got 2 other books. One is, you know, How to Be a Better Speaker, and the other one's How to Control Worry. But the fundamentals of how to win friends and influence people is just as true today as it was in the 30s, and it will be just as true 30 years from today as it will be today. And it's all about relationships. It's about not criticizing people, not complaining, not being a whiner. It's about smiling, being approachable. It's about calling, people's mistakes indirectly, giving people a high reputation to look up to. You know, be somebody that other people want to hang around. Be the leader that other people want to find, that other people want to follow. Think about the people that you want to follow. What do they do that you are not doing? How well are they developing relationships that you are not? You see, if you want to get really good at relationships, you got to hustle. It's not easy, but it is worth it. It absolutely is worth it. You know, I have reached out to, gosh, I've got 20 people on my Prosperity and Mentors program, and some of these guys are like icons in the industry, and I'm just humbled and honored that, number one, that they would even interact with me, number two, that they would give me their time and, you know, to give back to the community. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, when you can have a reputation out there where people know that you're a person of integrity, that you're really out to make a difference for everybody, and it's not about me, That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And that's what I want for you. But you have to sometimes start over. Sometimes you got to start over. And, you know, when I listened to Rob, when I talked to him and I read this book, I got to tell you, I feel like I'm so bad at relationships. And maybe it's not that I'm so bad. It's just like, he's awesome. He's so awesome. He's such a giver. You know, law number 3 is law of recallability. You know, how will people remember you? They will remember you. The question is it going to be good or bad? You get to choose that. And law 3.5 is the law of profitability. Law of profitability. Thanks for all that love and those hearts. I appreciate that. It's when people know you, love you, and trust you, they will do almost anything for you. And even if they don't want to do business with you right now because the timing is not right, hey, CEOs of network marketing companies make some silly choices. And there might be a good chance, because you're a person of value, a person of character, a person who gives, not takes, they might want to join your team. I got to tell you, there's a lot of people out there who aren't like that. I want you to be the person who is like that. And I want you to be the person that people always remember because of your likability factor, because you made it about them and not about you. You know, it's funny. I talked to my brother the other day, and he talked to somebody at a show, and he said, all this guy did is talk the whole time. Didn't even ask him one question. Well, turns out that guy thought my brother was the greatest conversationalist in the world. And my brother didn't really say anything. You know, so when you're talking to people and building relationships with people, make it about the other person. Let the other person do the majority of the talking, and watch how they endear you. Watch how they follow you. It's true. It's pretty amazing how it works. So I highly recommend this game, the game of networking. You can join Rob's group. Just do a search for it on Facebook. You can find it. Buy the book. The book's an amazing book. And if you're interested in hearing a video interview I did with Rob, I will make this available for probably, let me see, till Wednesday morning. I'm actually heading to Atlanta to go see Bash and Christina and Nick and Ace and Amy. I haven't seen Amy in quite a long time. She's my wife because she's been helping out over there. I'll make it available to you guys for the next 48 hours. It's going to be part of my series, Rob Drops Gold in This Interview. So if you're interested in getting that access to that interview that I did with Rob Sperry, just put Rob Sperry down below. And I will send you the link to that interview. It's a great interview, one of my favorites. He just crushed it, absolutely crushed it. So if you're on the replay and watching this, I've got a couple of things for you. One, if you want to get my sponsoring and closing training, how I sponsored my first 500 reps in network marketing, you can put closing in the comment section below. Just put closing in there. And if you want the interview that I did with Rob Sperry, who was the #1 coach in network marketing last year, if you want to get access to that, just put Rob Sperry in the comments below. And tell me where you're from. I'd love to know if you're live. Tell me where you're from. And if you are watching on replay, love to know where you are from as well. And if I can ever help you, support you, I have a private coaching group. I'd love to invite you. It's called theprosperousnetworker.com. It's actually easier to say that way than go to, or you could do a search on Facebook for The Prosperous Networker, or go to prosperousnetworker.com. I have 3 questions that I'm going to ask you. If you don't answer the questions, you don't get in. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. If I can help you in any way, feel free to reach out to me. Make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one, because you, my friend, absolutely deserve it. And Gail, I see you want that access to that interview. Smart lady. I'll send it right over to you. Carol, you too. Everybody have a great one. Holly, good to see you. And I appreciate you guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.